Hello everyone. This is the recording for the May 21st lesson. So welcome to English 9. It is Tuesday, May 21st. Today we're working in Unit 5, Lesson 10, A Midsummer Night's Dream G. So why did Shakespeare choose to name a character Bottom in this play? Why did Shakespeare choose to name a character Bottom in this play? A, his name describes his appearance since he has a large bottom. B, his name is a joke that connects to his behavior and what happens to him. C, his name is a common one for silly characters in Shakespeare. All right, if you said B, oops, you are correct. Okay, why did Shakespeare choose to name a character Bottom in this play? His name is a joke that connects to his behavior and what happens to him. So Shakespeare chose to name a character Bottom in this play. That's just funny in itself. But his name is a joke that connects to his behavior and to what happens to him. He acts like a jack, fill in the blank. So Puck gives him the head of one. He acts like a donkey. And so Shakespeare gives him the head of one. Okay. Here's our matrix. Here's our calendar for this week. So yesterday, Monday the 20th, we completed Unit 5, Lesson 9, A Midsummer Night's Dream F, and we read Act 5. Today, Tuesday the 21st, we're going to start Lesson 10, and we'll discuss Act 5. Tomorrow, Wednesday the 22nd, we're going to finish Lesson 10, and we'll watch Act 5, and we'll take the 5.10 quiz. Thursday and Friday, the 23rd and the 24th, we'll work on the assignment constructed response. You'll complete the Unit 5 CR in Linkit. So Unit 5, Lesson 10, Learning Intentions. I will learn about A Midsummer Night's Dream, Act 5. Success criteria. I can explore how plot elements create meaning in the play. I can examine how plot elements affect tone in the story. And I can discuss A Midsummer Night's Dream, Act 5. So lesson 5.10, here's our standards. And get ready to conclude analyzing A Midsummer Night's Dream. Today's plan, Unit 5, Lesson 5.10, A Midsummer Night's Dream G. This is due tomorrow, May 22nd. There are 4 parts: learn, practice, review, and assessment. Today we're going to do learn and practice. Tomorrow we will do review and assessment, which is that assessment is that 5.10 quiz. We'll do those tomorrow. So for our guided lesson, we'll review and discuss A Midsummer Night's Dream, Act 5. And then for independent work, you'll complete learn and practice. So yesterday you read and listened to Act 5. So make sure you do that or finish doing that if you need to. Okay, so read and listen to Act 5 if you haven't yet. A Midsummer Night's Dream, Act 5 summary. Newly married, Theseus and Hippolyta, Lysander and Hermia, and Demetrius and Helena gather to view a celebratory performance. Despite warnings about the play's quality, Theseus chooses Quince's play about Pyramus and Thisbe. Each mechanical has his moment in the spotlight. Quince performs a nonsensical prologue. Snout performs a speech explaining he is playing the wall. Snug performs a speech explaining that he is not a real lion. And Starveling explains that he represents moonlight. Bottom and Flute, meanwhile, perform the parts of Pyramus and Thisbe. The entire performance is ridiculous, but Theseus praises the play and declares it's time for bed. As the three couples head off to bed, Robin, Puck, arrives, and soon after Oberon, Titania, and their attendants show up, they all sing and dance to bless the palace with sweet peace. Robin, Puck, ends the play with a speech imploring the audience to think the entire play is just a dream. So what happens when Bottom and his friends present their performance? Everyone finds it more humorous than tragic. A play within a play, Pyramus and Thisbe is a very sad story where forbidden lovers take their own lives at the end. However, we, the audience, hear and see the characters watching and commenting on how silly and funny Bottom and his friends are at presenting this story. Here's our plot diagram, narrative arc. So our plot arc of A Midsummer Night's Dream. Shakespeare's comedies follow a typical plot structure, focus on how the plot structure advances the story of the four lovers in A Midsummer Night's Dream. So we have the exposition at the beginning of the story and then the complicating incident. We have the rising action, which leads us to the climax of the story, which happens at the middle. We have our turning point reversal, which happens next. Then our falling action, and our denouement happens at the end. So let's see. Exposition. We meet the lovers. We learn who loves whom, and that Hermia's father won't let her marry Lysander. Complicating incident. Lysander and Hermia decide to run away. Helena decides to tell Demetrius about Hermia's plan. Rising action. This is where all the complications and much of the humor happens. The four lovers get mixed up with the fairies, and magic flower juice gets in the wrong people's eyes. Climax. All four lovers are fighting. The two men fighting over Helena, and Hermia trying to attack Helena because she, quote, stole Lysander. Note that the climax is a point of high humor as well as high tension. Things couldn't possibly be any more mixed up than they are now. Falling action. Robin, Puck, fixes the four lovers, so they are paired up nicely again. Theseus permits them to get married, so all is well. Denouement. The four lovers, along with Theseus and Hippolyta, get married, and, as far as we know, live happily ever after. So falling action. The four lovers are paired up nicely. Theseus permits them to get married, so all is well. How does the falling action affect the tone of the story? How does the falling action affect the tone of the story? A, the four lovers are happy. but Oberon and Titania are still fighting, which creates a tense, uneasy tone. B, Hermia's father still will not approve of her marriage, which creates a sad, grieving tone. Or C, all the couples in the play are happy, which creates a joyful, romantic tone. Okay, if you said C, oops. If you said C, I don't know what's going on there, then you are correct. Okay, so the following action, the four lovers are paired up nicely. Theseus permits them to get married, so all's well. Affects the tone of the story. All the couples in the play are happy, which creates a joyous or joyful romantic tone. Parallel plots. These two plots both face an initial problem. Now we know that there are three parallel plots. We have the fairies and the fairy world, and all the fairies are messing with the humans. We have the four lovers, and we also have the wedding of Theseus and Hippolyta and the craftsmen putting on the play performance at their wedding. Those are our three parallel plots. But two of the parallel plots both face an initial problem, conflict. Okay, these two plots both face an initial problem, conflict. We have Oberon and Titania, the fairy king and queen. They are fighting over the young Indian prince. And the four lovers, Lysander and Hermia, love each other but can't get married. Helena loves Demetrius, but he doesn't love her. So at the start of these two parallel plots, we have conflict. How does the plot create humor? Dramatic irony. So in both of these parallel plots, the plot creates humor using dramatic irony. Remember, dramatic irony is where we, the audience, or the reader, knows more about what's going on than the characters do. So we have more information than the characters have. Oberon and Titania, fairy king and queen. Titania believes that she has found the love of her life when she sees Bottom. However, the audience knows that Titania is under a spell. The audience's knowledge makes the character's actions comedic. So, of course, we know that Bottom starts out as just a regular man. Puck gives him the head of a donkey. We know that Oberon has given Titania this magic love potion so that when she sees Bottom, she falls in love with him. Bottom doesn't know what's going on. Titania doesn't know what's going on, but we do as the audience, and so therefore it makes it funny. We have the four lovers. The audience knows that Lysander and Demetrius are enchanted, but the characters truly believe they love Helena. This is dramatic irony. The difference in the character's point of view versus the audience's point of view creates humor. All right, and how does the problem get resolved? Brings us to the theme, one of the themes, chaos versus order. So Oberon and Titania, fairy king and queen. Titania gives up the changeling boy. Oberon removes the spell and they live happily ever after. Order has been restored in the natural world. So the fairy world is back at peace and everyone's happy there. The four lovers, Robin, Puck, corrects the spell. So Lysander loves Hermia and Demetrius loves Helena. Both couples get married and live happily ever after. Societal order has been restored. So now everyone in the human world is happy and order is restored there. So chaos versus order is one of the theme topics of the story. We have a lot of chaos and confusion, and then everything gets put either back or put right to where it needs to be so that everyone is happy. Order, we have order again, or we have order now, and things are looking bright and happy and all better. Okay, so you are going to work in Unit 5, Lesson 5.10. Finish reading Act 5 of the play if needed. Complete, learn, and practice. We will continue working in this lesson tomorrow and use the help video if needed. Okay, success criteria, how did we do? I can explore how plot elements create meaning in the play. I can examine how plot elements affect tone in the story. And I can discuss A Midsummer Night's Dream Act 5. Today's tasks and homework. Unit 5, Lesson 10. Please complete, learn, and practice. Have a nice day.